Today is her birthday, and for her birthday present she wanted to hike the Narrows. So we are getting ready to enter the water now. We've just walked through the canyon on the trail, a mile trail to get up here. And now that we're here, we go ahead and enter the water.
Let's go. We have to go. No.
And we're going to hike for probably about 1.5 miles, 2 miles up to the Y is what they call it. We're going to go through what they call Wall Street. So anything you want to say, birthday girl?
Let's do it.
In the middle of the day, you turn to me and say, come on, let's get away. Skip this town for a day. Get behind the wheel and drive. We don't care about the time with you by my side. I don't need to hide, I feel alive. You bring me coffee in the morning.
That's Angel's Landing, where we climbed yesterday. Today we're going to head up farther this canyon here. So this section we're on right now is called the River Walk. Yeah. And it is just a nice little sidewalk type path that they've got in here. It's a paved path that goes up through the canyon. Here we are at the beginning of the Narrows.
Rented all waterproof suits, the shoes, the socks, the sticks. Shane and I chose not to. I bought some waterproof socks and I had some waterproof boots. He wore, what are those called?
Just water shoes
and shorts. And honestly, it's at the end of April. The water is not that cold. My feet are wet, they kind of seeped on in, but I don't really feel cold. So just the biggest thing I think everyone needs is a stick. So don't bring anything else, bring a stick because it really helps your balance. That I just want to give a heads up on that. The suit rental I think is somewhere, depending on how, if you get the whole bib thing, I think it's like $50. So anyway, you might want to save your money for coming mean at the end of spring. If it's earlier, then you might want the year. Okay.
I believe this is what they call the Y. It's where we have two sections of the river right here. I'm not 100% just as it, but it's the only Y we've come to, so we're calling it the Y. And yes, we made it. Just gonna see what's up this Y stream here. This is the right fork as you're heading up. All right, well, we made it all the way up to the Y, plus we went up the right fork of the Y, and we are now back out of the water. It's been, what time is it? 3:30? So it's been basically about 4 hours, 4.5 hours. That's all the way up and all the way back. And that was with a lot of stopping and taking pictures and that kind of stuff. Having snacks and yeah.
A lot faster on the way back.
Yeah, way back. We looked back, it felt like. Up there.
You could help there. You kind of knew like which side you took and you know that sort of thing. So it felt more comfortable going back than going there where you weren't sure of your footing and stuff.
So how was that
great.
for a birthday?
It was
hike?
great. I loved it.
So We are done with the Narrows hike there, except for now we have about a mile hike, which is just down a sidewalk path basically, back to where we have our bikes parked. And then we have a 7-mile ride home. All right, we will talk to you in a little bit. And action.
Welcome to Couples Corner. So I'll take my glasses off so you can see my eyes.
I'm going to keep mine on so I can see yours.
Hopefully I'm not squinting too much. Anyway, today we're going to talk about contempt. And so I don't know if you remember, but a few videos back, Shane was talking about the 4 horsemen, and those are communication patterns that can be detrimental to a partnership, marriage, and can often lead to divorce if they're used too often. And so, as I mentioned, we've covered criticism and we've covered defensiveness. And so today we're talking about contempt. And contempt is the worst of all as far as the 4 horsemen. And I'm going to let Shane share a little bit more about how contempt is used and what the antidote is for it.
Okay. Right. Contempt is by far the worst of all. You know, in the Gottman labs, when communication styles were being studied, one of the things that was developed was these couples came in and in the study, and they ended up getting dubbed masters and disasters. The masters were the couples that stayed together. They, you know, we've followed them through for almost 20 years. They were still married, still have all their problems and all that, but yet they, you know, were still together. The disasters were the ones that marriages didn't work out, the divorces somewhere along the line. And one of the interesting things is we found that all couples fight the same. We all have the same thing. It doesn't matter about our socioeconomic status, our backgrounds, our race, none of that matters. We all fight about the same things. But one of the interesting things is that the masters, the couples that stay together, they rarely ever use contempt. Contempt is something that in several other studies we have seen it creates lower IQs in our kids, more truancy, more drug use. In the family itself, there's usually more health issues, you know, just colds, flus, asthmas, those kind of things. Contempt is very devastating, not only to the mind, but also the body. So contempt comes to us in a couple of different forms. Contempt comes in the forms of where we're calling each other names, like, you know, you're such an ass, or you're so stupid, those kind of things. Or it can also come in the format of something like, I can't believe you did that. Even our 2-year-old knows better than that. It's when we're putting ourselves in this format of a hierarchy, like God, human, or parent, child. When we have that kind of a hierarchy, it leads to resentment, it leads to feelings of frustration and just building up a lot of issues in the relationship. So we really want to try not to use contempt. And how we do that is by using the antidote. The antidote to contempt is, instead of describing your partner, describe yourself. So instead of, you know, something like, I can't believe you did that, even a 2-year-old knows better than that, we would say something along the lines like, you know, I'd really appreciate if we could do this different. So when we change that format to bring it upon ourselves instead of trying to put it on our partner, that's kind of, you know, how we want to try to change the thought process of how we're communicating. Okay? Anything else we should add to this? Or
the only other thing I can think of is just that sometimes contempt comes in the form of sarcasm. And, you know, sarcasm can be funny and it's kind of a fine line, but if a lot of sarcasm is used over and over in a relationship to the point that it's kind of that talking down to the person, it can build resentment and create a problem down the road. So it's just something to also be aware of.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, thank you for watching our videos, and thank you for sticking around for the Couples Corner. and we hope to see you out on the road.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.